Well folks, here I am playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. As you can see, I'm just standing at the moment by a interactive portal, which I will explain a bit later on. I'll just go through the village for a minute. It's a really good game. It's set in ancient Greece, as you can tell from everything what you can see around you. It's got a lot of stuff that I can explain to you in a minute, and we'll be coming on to that in a second. If you just keep watching, I will get to a nice safe place and then I shall start with the menus. I think this might be safe enough here. I think we are safe, and yes, we are safe. Right, when you first come onto it, I'll start with the map. As you can see from this map, it is massive. I'll show you, I'll just expand in a minute. This shows you where I am, as you can see, but if you expand the map, you'll be able to see all these different areas that you can cover. Every single part of the map can be covered either by foot or by boat. Obviously there's no planes or nothing like that because it's ancient Greece. You can do a lot of stuff on the water. There's lots of blue, as you can see, and there's also areas I haven't uncovered which are still grey. You can see them in the corners. If I zoom down to one of the areas which I've done, which I'm trying to find now, hold on a second, let me find one. Where are we going? We've got all the different names of places as well, look, as you can see, Attica and Laconia and Messara. That's where I am, Messara, at the moment. So if I zoom in really close, you'll see there's various different things, different areas now of the map. So out there it's Messara, but if you go in close, you can see the different names of different areas there. You know, you've got can't quite read what that says actually. Zeus's Playground, I'm going blind. Little Egypt, Fertile Playground, Minos Legacy, Minotaur Hills, and what's that one? Summit Plateau. Here's the thing, custom marker. That's where you click, and then it will just show you where you're going. I use that quite a lot to get to different areas. Alexios, that's me, which I'm there, as you can see. The Andrastia is the ship that you actually manage to sail. If you can sail the sea, then you know, you can actually do lots and lots of missions in the water. Phobos is your horse, who you can call on any time. He's sort of one key away if you press. And Icaros is your bird, which again is a thing that flies around you and can help you to sort out missions. It is helping you, but it obviously can't help you if you're underwater or in a cave. The quests are split up. Quest giver, if you see that icon there, it means that somebody has got a mission to give you that's very important. The tracked quest objective means if you click on that, if you see that objective, that means you've got to make your way to there. The quest objective, that can be, if say you've been sent to kill somebody, that will highlight that particular person without using tracked quest objective. I've never come across the live quest one yet, so I don't know what that is. The time quest is you do get missions where you've only got 24 hours to do them. They're usually on the boards. That what I'm pointing to now, the message board. The message board is the one that contains all your missions what have been given to you from various people, whether they be contracts or delivering herbs to a flower seller, or it can be anything. Your synchronized viewpoint now, you've got buildings in the thing that start off as white, and once you climb on top of them and synchronize them, they go green. And what this allows you to do, this allows you to fast travel to that location without having to run for miles or get in your boat and go hundreds of miles across the sea. You can literally just click on that and you will go straight to it. It's very good because there's lots of them all over the map. There are hundreds of them. As you know, obviously city, there's a lot of cities and places. They're usually where all the missions are, so there's a village. Sanctuaries, they usually contain a lot of religious people who will sometimes give you missions, sometimes you have to kill them. The ship dock, another very important part of it is, you see the coast as I've just gone round it there, that you can go anywhere you want there, but if you come to a ship dock, that means your boat can actually moor and you can climb out and talk to people and do various missions. Historical locations, they are scattered all over the place, but they aren't on the map until you actually reach them. There are various ones on there that are basically famous locations in history and what they meant. And if you go, you can do things like the Colosseum in Rome, stuff like that. But yeah, there's a lot of them. The undiscovered locations, if you see a question mark on the map, that means that it's an undiscovered location, which means you have not found it. Dwelling, that's usually houses with people in them that give you missions. Temple, they can have religious people, but they can also have bad people there as well, like pirates or followers of Ares or different things like that. Caves, they can contain animals, or they can contain treasures or pirates. They've got various different things, and or even resources for your weapons. There's quite a lot of them as well, and some of them are easy, some of them are not so easy. The underwater location speaks for itself. It's basically anytime you come to one of them underwater locations, it means you can do. Tombs is a particular favourite of mine because you get to a tomb and it looks just like a round room, but you can almost guarantee that there's an area that you can smash through, and once you smash through you find hidden areas where you can move ledges and climb up and fight snakes and all sorts of stuff. It's very good, that is. It's one of my favourite parts of the game. Animal den, again, sometimes the animals are easy to kill, sometimes they're hard to kill, it just depends. I tend to find a lot of in these are bears. Legendary animal den, they are very, very difficult. You get sent on a mission to find 5 or 6 of these, and they get harder depending on what level you are, and some of them are really difficult. I'm having a job at the moment because they're usually about 50 times bigger than you. Camps, these usually contain people, or they can contain people who you've got to fight. People can be there who can give you missions, or they can be evil and they can try to kill you. The quarry camp, they're usually soldiers who have got in charge of quite a group of slaves, and you have to do missions. Military camps, again, a bit like a camp, but the difference in this is that they are literally about 5 or 6 soldiers, and they've got missions, and you have to steal stuff from them, but you also have to destroy the resources so that you can bring down the power in that particular area. Yeah, they're usually quite well guarded. Battleground, as you go through the game you will see that there are maps, and on these maps there are places that show these icons, and when the battleground is ready to be fought it will change colour. When you see the battleground icon, what it basically is each area is ruled by a certain governing body, like either Sparta or Athenia or somebody like that, and what you do is basically if you come across and you bring down the power in that particular area, you can use that to fight then. So say you wanted to fight as Sparta but the area was ruled by Athenia, if you brought down all the stuff in Athenia by burning the supplies, killing the leaders, killing the soldiers, etc., you would then go to the battleground and fight knowing that Athenia was weak and you could take over it, and then it would be ruled by Sparta, and so on. You don't have to do Sparta, you can do Athenia or any of the other islands that have got power. The leader house, that is an area where you will find the head of each city, and normally you have to kill them because that will bring down the power then, no matter of the village, which means you'll be able to overtake it easier. There are a lot of these around because obviously each area's got its own leader. The arena is a special place where you basically, in most of these games where you do one-on-one fighting against the computer opponents, well, this is kind of like that. Even though sometimes it's 5 or 6 you have to fight, but you build yourself up and try and win the arena and try and become the best fighter on the game, in which you can unlock legendary different stuff, items and armour and weapons. It's on one area but it won't open up straight away. The forts are okay, they're alright places, they're quite well protected but not really impenetrable. If you use a nice good creeping technique you'll do okay on them. Because that's what that's for, just creeping around and making sure that you can get in, get out and get whatever you need to. The fortresses are usually quite well guarded. They are the sort of head of the place where the nation's money is stored there, and if you pillage it and steal the money, that is stealing from that area, and that brings down their power, which means they are easier to beat in battle. But these are very well protected and usually have 20 or 30 soldiers, and if you fall on the wrong side of one of the soldiers they can actually light a beacon and bring more soldiers. They can light an alert sign, but you can also booby trap the beacon so that when they try light it, it blows up on them, which is particularly fun. The ports, again, these are areas of the game where basically you can just go in and moor your ship and have a walk around and see what's going on. Sometimes they're quite heavily guarded, sometimes you'll have an army guarding the port, other times it's just villages and people there that you can do missions for. If you get off at one of the wrong ports, trust me, you'll know it, because you'll end up with 200 soldiers breathing down your neck. As you can see, there's one. That's definitely the one. And there's my boat showing you just exactly how close it is to the boat. Characters, If you look, you've got the leader there. There's the leader, and the leader obviously is the most important person in that area, and if you kill that person it brings down the power, which obviously is important, and you usually find them in the leader house, but sometimes they go other places as well. Now I won't explain too much about that until a bit further on, but they're important in the game. Mercenaries. Now mercenaries are sometimes when you go to the towns and you see the message boards, they will say that there's a bounty on a mercenary, and if you go and kill the mercenary you get that bounty. They are, they're quite good ways of getting important new materials, new weapons, limited edition weapons and stuff like that. Bounty hunters, if you do something illegal in any of the places, like kill somebody you shouldn't or steal something and you get caught, then you might get bounty hunters sent after you. You can also get it for sinking ships that you're not supposed to. Now when you get a bounty hunter sent after you, you have two choices. You either pay off the bounty sponsor, which I'll explain in a minute, or you have to fight the bounty hunter. But if you fight the bounty hunter and beat them, you tend to find that they send another bounty hunter after that, which is a pain in the backside, trust me. And it goes on and on and on and on. But I never actually pay the bounty sponsor, I usually kill them. Athenian Battle Pole March and the one next to it, Spartan Battle Pole March. Basically what they are the heads of the armies in the fortresses, and if you kill them you can get seals from them, which is basically like their stamp. And a lot of the missions on here, especially for the later on, will involve you killing them and getting the seals for various people. Shops, you've got the Oikos of the Olympians. Now what he is, basically, he is a guy in one of the places, and there's only one of them on the map. And sometimes when you're going through the game you'll find limited edition items, or you will find a type of material that he is after. I think it's called obsidian glass, I'm not quite sure, or something like, or Achilleum or something, I can't remember. And if you take it to him, he will make you the best weapons and the best items that you can possibly get. But there's only one on the map, so you have to make a note. You don't see him straight away, you have to do missions first to find out where he is. The blacksmith, he is a cracking bloke. You go to him, I will show you him in a minute actually, because his stuff is important in your inventory. So I will show you that in a minute. And down here at the bottom, you've just got my photos, community photos, image of the day, which I don't use. So I'll go on now to quests. Now quests are split into three categories. All, Odyssey, which are ones you have to do to go further in the game, especially the single player. World and characters, which again, you can do missions for people all over the place. These are used on the notice boards, and bounties and contracts are on the notice boards as well. You can choose from any of them too, and you can do whichever ones you want. You don't have to do them in a certain order. You can do them whatever order you want. You might have a mission and you think to yourself, should I do that one? So what you would do, you would scroll down, you would find the mission that you want to do, you would just click on it, and that will basically show up on your map. If on the map you can see where you've got to go, you will have instructions like you can see on the screen there. But if you don't know where you're going, it will just tell you the area, because as you can see there, it doesn't actually show me an area, it just tells me whereabouts it is, and you have to go and try and find that, you see. They don't actually tell you what. You usually find them by accident, or should I say I did quite a few times, and they are not easy to beat. So now my inventory, now this is a good one. The inventory is split into different sections. As you can see, you've got weapons on the left, you've got armour on the right. There you go. And if you go over to the weapons, click, and it shows you the various weapons: swords, daggers, heavy blunts, heavy bladed, staffs, spears, and you can basically pick whichever ones you want to get a good, get a good one. I like that one particular one. If I scroll down to it in a minute, when you scroll down, I'll just show you the various types first. There's my weapon. If you click on it, click and get rid of the ones you don't want, and then when you get rid of the ones you don't want, you basically get the materials for them up here, what you can see. And then materials are important for the blacksmith, for upgrading your weapons and for engraving your weapons, as you'll see later. You can see there I've got leather, I've got iron ore, I've got wood, I've got all sorts of stuff. Now this is important, this is your engraving menu. These are all the engravings that you've unlocked that can go onto your weapons once you get to a blacksmith. I haven't unlocked any of these at the bottom yet, but all these I have unlocked. So I can use any of these at any point to put on any of my weapons once I get to a blacksmith. As for bows, you can put them on head, arms, torso, waist and legs. You've got all different engravings for different areas and different items. Now, as you can see, like I said, you've also got a browse bag and inventory, and in the inventory you've got lots of different things that you pick up on the way, and you've also got these things. Now, these are called the Enigmata Ostraka or something like that, I can't pronounce it, and what they are basically is riddles. And when you come to a building and it says you've got to find the Enigmata Ostraka, you will find something like this, and in that bag you will find that these little stones, and when you click on them, they come up with little riddles. I'll put the top one there. It shows you a riddle, and you have to basically try and find that location on the map, and once you find that location, you can unlock extra ability points and weapons and armor and all sorts, and it's really helpful. On this side you can also pick up other things, useful things like cabbage and chicken eggs and barley crops, but you get the gist. You can pick up all sorts, you know, some things you need, some things you don't. You've got a lost key there, bag of poison, as well as the weapons. You've also got at the bottom, you've got the categories. You can see health, hunter damage, warrior damage, assassin damage, and armor, and they are important obviously, and each of your armor has got various amounts of things that you can do. Again, you can get rid of the ones you don't want, because you can get rid of the purple and the blue, but you can't get rid of the orange because they are sets for special items. You can do it with the arms as well. Look, you've got armor there, gauntlets, you've got torso armor, again legendary. These are all parts of sets that you have to collect all the parts to make a full body armor. You can't get rid of some of them because they are ones that you're given right at the start, and you can't get rid of them anyway. But I tend to try and get a set if I can. You've also got gauntlets. You've got legs as well that you can change into, and your horse is a particular favourite. Epic. You can call on your horse anytime. He's called Phobos, and you can unlock skins for him. I tend to stick with that skin because it's the epic one. He is off. If say you're on the horse and you have got a mission to go on that's about 1,000 miles away and you don't fancy running it, you can get on your horse and literally it will take you to your destination. And there's various skins. There's a Phobos common, a normal one, and an epic. I tend to stick with the epic because it's the best one really. So that's your inventory there. Up above here, now you've got your abilities menu, and it's split into 3 categories: hunter, warrior, and assassin. And each one of them has got various offshoots that you can build up and improve on. I've got an ability point there, so I can spend that, find the one that I want to upgrade, and all I do is just click it, and that will then upgrade it. Now, some of them will go straight onto your weapon. Others you can actually assign to different weapons. To different slots, 1 to 4, and obviously you can assign different ones for your long range and different ones for your normal weapons. It shows you how to use them on different things. And if I pick one at random in a minute, let me find one that I want. Not that one. That's that. Some of them, like I said, that one will go straight onto your power, whereas others, if you click them, they will have to be assigned to the bar at the bottom in category either 1, 2, 3, or 4. I've got that one already assigned. Yes, I have. So there's no point me really showing how that works. That one I haven't. So if I click the space bar on that one, that particular one, it will show you that I could put it in either 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then every time I'm playing I could press either 1, 2, 3, or 4 when I'm fighting, and he will use that particular one. Now onto the ship. The ship again is split into categories: arsenal, weapons damage, and ship and crew endurance. And again, they start off as blue or grey, and you have to build them up to orange, which I've managed to do on most of them. There's still a couple that I've got to try and upgrade to make them more powerful, but that's as good as it gets at the moment. And as you can see, my ship looks really good. Again, you've got your crew over here, and now what you can do as you do missions, you've got choices of either killing people or knocking them out. And sometimes when you knock them out, you can then recruit them onto your ship, and different ones have got different abilities that help you with your ship. You know, you might get one that they're like 28% ship armor, 20% fire arrow damage, which is quite powerful. You know, and you can assign 4. As you start off only being able to assign 1, but I've assigned 4. They can be your masts, your sails, and your actual crew. So if we look at the masts, I've got all these different ones, sails that I've opened up. I use the gold one because it's a limited edition one. It's the Minotaur's Revenge. It took me ages to get that. Figureheads again, all these different figureheads. I've just unlocked the Medusa figurehead. That was a nightmare to get, but you've also got Minotaur, Sphinx, and obviously an octopus, which I got from diving down into the water. But yeah, there's quite a few, and I think there's some more to unlock yet. I'm not quite sure about that, but there's 3 spaces there, which makes me think there must be more. And your crew theme, again, you start off as grey, and you work your way to blue, purple, and I'm using the one at the moment at the far end, as you can see, which is the elite crew of Spartans, which is the one I tend to use. And that's your ship. Now, mercenaries, these are done in tiers, and as you can see, one's lit up and some aren't. And if you go if you have a look at the previous tiers, you will see that some of them are lit, and when they mean they're lit, it means they can come after you. When they're dark, they haven't been discovered yet. And the one that's got that red thing next to it, he's from the arenas, which you'll find out later. Again, there's one there, look, that I've clicked on, and he's been defeated. I've actually defeated him, Nymphodorus the Compulsive, and it shows you his weaknesses and his strengths, and what he's good at and what he isn't good at. So I beat him, and like I said, there's tiers and tiers of them, and if you keep going up all the way to the top, I'm level 2 at the moment, but there is a level 1, and I haven't come across this guy yet, and I'm glad, because he looks an absolute nightmare. He's built like Tyson. Oh, sorry, didn't mean come back to that screen. I actually meant to go on to the mercenaries again, just to finish off what I was saying. Now, the cultists are the most important in the game. You see all the ones in red, they are all the ones I've defeated. But each cult has got a spindle coming off it, as you can see. There's a centre one, and then around it there's lots of others. Now, if you defeat 5 in a row like that, off one thing, you unlock the main character, and you have to defeat that one. Now, when you first start the game, you won't be doing any of this. This is about, oh god, this is a fair few levels in, this is, before you actually get anywhere near it. And then once you uncover the cult, you then have to, if you want to anyway, you can do the missions where you can kill all the members of the cult, you can go after them. Some of the missions you can't do straight away because they are locked, and you have to progress in the story in order to find them. And your ultimate goal is to unlock that person in the middle, the Ghost of Cosmos. And I've only found 3 clues, and they are absolutely rock hard to find. They really are. I'm not going to tell you who she is because it'll spoil the game. But again, you can see I've defeated 3, and I've still got lots more to unlock. And yeah, I'm enjoying that part of it at the moment. It's fascinating to find out what's going on and who's involved. And now I'll just have a little run around here for a minute. As you can see, the graphics are absolutely stunning. This is this graphics card, what I've got, which I absolutely love. I couldn't do this a while ago because, like I said, I didn't have much going on. Now, you see that person there with that diamond above their head? That is the politician which I've got to assassinate. Now, if I do it quickly, because there's no soldiers around, I can assassinate him quickly. And now you'll notice some soldiers will come walking to me. There, can you see them in the corner? They're coming towards me, and they're not sure what's going on yet. So now if I kill him quickly, confirm it, and then run off, with a bit of luck, they won't come after me. And I've then got the bounty on a politician, and I've got the XP that I needed for me man. Now if I run off, hopefully, the guy will not come after me with a bit of luck. Again, look at the brickwork and everything, the detail in it, the water, you can see the the splashing of the water and climbing. Again, we've gone a bit grey and misty there. I'm going to make my way now to one of the synchronization points, and on the way I'll just show you various buildings as I go. It shows you I've done 96 hours on the game. I just want to quickly show you that. It's a massive game, and I'm absolutely loving it. And it's definitely one of the best games I've played for a while. Again, you just see me there, I press loot, and what that is basically is you can get resources from all over the place. I don't know what's going on here. My screen keeps going a bit funny, so just bear with me. Well folks, I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and if you did and you want to subscribe to my channel, you just have to click there. And if you want to see what I did in my previous vlog, it's up there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's there. Bye for now.